Hello students. Today we are going to discuss chapter 4 of the book Beehive, that is A Truly Beautiful Mind, which is a biography of Albert Einstein. If you haven't heard about Einstein, then I'm sure you know that he gained popularity with his famous theory of relativity. Now, considering that he was such a talented genius, we can naturally assume that it is highly complicated scientific theory which would be difficult to explain. The talented genius Einstein basically explained the concept of relativity like this. When you sit with the nice girl for 2 hours, it seemed like 2 minutes. But when you sit on a hot stove for 2 minutes, it seemed it's 2 hours. Right? This is relativity. And this theory is given by someone who is said to have brought about the scientific revolution and also won Nobel Prize for Physics because of that. So, this is Albert Einstein, the great mind. I'm sure that by now you are interested to know little more. So, this is exactly what we are going to discuss today, A Truly Beautiful Mind, chapter 4 of your English textbook Beehive. Let's discuss what is there in the chapter A Truly Beautiful Mind, which is a story of a genius Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was born on 14th of March in Germany. He was born as any other baby without any indication that he would be a great man. He had a large sized head and his mother thought the baby looked rather strange. He was a late talker and when he did start he would repeat each utterances twice. His friends found his company boring, so no one wanted to play with him. He started playing on his own. His best toys were mechanical toys. When he was taken to school, his headmaster predicted that he would not be successful in life, but he was wrong. Albert was good at studies and also in music. He learned to play the violin at the age of 6. Albert didn't like the school at Munich because of its strict discipline and rules. Albert could not accept such a condition where he could not express his ideas or perspective. He would often confront his teachers. As a result, he became very unpopular. He therefore decided to leave the school. He completed his school in Switzerland and later he joined the University of Zurich. Here he fell in love with a Serb called Mileva Maric. In her, she found an ideal companion. She was very intelligent, so he wanted to marry her immediately after completing his studies, but his mother refused to approve of this marriage. She felt that Mileva was 3 years older than him and also very intelligent. She also called her a book just like her own son. Albert gave up the idea of marrying her for some time, but he did marry her later on. For almost 2 years after completing his education, Albert did not get any job. So he took up a teaching assistant job. After 2 years, he got a job in Bern in an office where patents were assessed. Albert started working, but at the same time, he used his free time to develop his own theory on gravitation and relativity. He would safely keep his papers in a drawer which he lovingly called the Bureau of Theoretical Physics. After some time, his marriage seems to have problem. He finally divorced Mileva and married his own cousin Elsa. During this time, his general theory of relativity got published and received wide acclaim. Albert had calculated the deflection in the light coming from the fixed star on a solar eclipse day due to sun's gravity. In 1919, there was a solar eclipse and his calculations were tested and he was proved to be right. After a few years, with the coming of Nazi into power in 1933, Albert left Germany and settled in America. During this time, Germany was becoming very powerful. The scientists there had discovered the technique of making an atom bomb. When this news reached the American scientists, they were very upset. Albert could visualize what this meant. He wrote a letter to the President of America, Franklin D. Roosevelt, highlighting the danger to the world's security. The president took the warning seriously and allowed his scientists to work on this project of producing an atom bomb secretly. The atom bomb was produced eventually and dropped over two Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945. The destruction caused by the bombs shocked Einstein. He was so moved that he wrote a letter to the United Nations proposing the formation of a world government so that countries did not go to war. But his suggestion was not heeded too. This motivated him to join politics so that he could agitate and protest. He knew that he had become a world figure and was very popular, and so his voice would be heard. He had won many awards, including Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921. He died in 1955 at the age of 76. People paid homage to him as a world citizen, a visionary, and a scientific genius. Hope you find the chapter interesting and easy to understand. Thank you.